And here we go. Oh, my hands are up. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Putting my hands down. I'm here today with, you can go ahead and introductioning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm Hoatka Tae, your pilot. I actually don't have an introduction memorized, okay? But yeah, nice to meet you. I mean, I met you already. I'm gonna, yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move
so
on.
so we did a stream a couple weeks ago, I think it was, which was
Yeah.
uh mahjong. And so at that stream I said, "Hey, I'm like I owe you a reciprocal educational stream since that was like educational stream with you teaching me. So this is our reciprocal trade."
Yeah, we're gonna. I feel like one of them is a little bit more of like a skill and the other is mahjong, but
Well, you can gamble with mahjong, can maybe? Can you gamble with
I
mahjong?
mean, you can. I wouldn't say I'd recommend gambling,
You
but
can't gamble with singing, probably. Maybe.
there's probably some way someone's
Yeah.
gambled
You can
or
gamble
like
on
on
anything now. I keep getting those stupid ads that like people are gambling on the weather and like like that.
the gambling on the weather is crazy.
It's like you can I feel like you're I mean, I guess the point is like you're like, "Oh, I'm going to get bet against the odds. They say it's going to rain today. I'm going to say it's not." And then like you get a big payout. I don't know. Seems weird.
I don't know. I know horse racing has been getting popular,
Oh yeah.
um, but I have not gotten into that, but my friend has, and it was because of that horse girl gotcha game
Yeah, Uma
that's
Musume
coming out. Yeah, but you know what's coming out at the same
in
day is
June.
Persona X, and I decided I prefer the Persona X being announced on the same day as Horse Girl. I was like, I can't. Have to go Persona.
I will definitely be streaming Horse Game when it comes out because
I I was
we've
gonna
been
play
watching
it.
the show like every Saturday. This morning we've been watching the show every Saturday morning in Discord. We're catching up.
I think I've seen like the pings for that, but I haven't watched it, so I haven't gone over there.
Yeah, it's got a little niche. It's good though. It's
I think it's
exactly
a
what you
very big niche.
it's exactly what you would think it would be. Like
It's just girls racing, horse
yeah,
girls
they
racing,
just
right?
run
That's what I've been told.
and break their legs constantly, and it's actually like pretty depressing a lot of the time.
Because I guess real horse racing is like that.
Yeah, so they follow the show like follows real life events, right? So like
Oh, so each horse girl's like based off a
yeah,
real
each horse
horse?
girl is a real horse, and like so they do the
Oh.
races, and like what position that horse girl in real life placed is what it's gonna place in the show. So it's actually like kind of cool because it's not like predictable. And then like
Oh,
when the real horse like breaks their legs 3 times, then the show they're like, "Oh, I gotta recover," and you're like, "Ooh."
time to break your leg.
But yeah, it's good fun. Except for, I mean, real horse racing is pretty brutal, honestly, and kind of like morally questionable. But
I think the breeding is sometimes also a little bit weird, but I know like for the Olympics at least, I remember I was watching Equestrian, I think that's what's called.
equestrian,
Equestrian?
yeah,
Yeah, like the horse part
dressage.
of the Olympics. I forget what it's called.
I don't know what
But
horse. They do like right, like don't they have like one where you go on a horse and then you get off and like shoot targets or something? I think.
I think that is one thing, but I normally watch there's like a one where they're supposed to do this course and prance around and like they get scores based off for each like obstacle they do.
That might be dressage. Like dressage is when they will do like tricks and stuff
Yeah,
and
I
like
think so,
look
maybe.
real pretty.
The one where they get off and shoot something though is something, but I can't remember.
That's like the pentathlon or something. You do that in. Might be. It might actually be the pentathlon. Like you horse. No, pentathlon I don't think has biking. Let me look it
I don't know.
up.
I don't normally
Pentathlon.
watch it.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
just remember them mentioning how they are starting to make a way for females to just make like not even have to have a guy donation. Like they don't have like they no breeding. They're like doing female only breeding or something like that. I was like, what?
well, horse racing's kind of interesting because it is one of those like quote unquote sports where like female horses can race in like the Kentucky Derby. Like it's mostly males. And like female jockeys with a female horse can like come in and like race, like if they're good enough. Like, and they definitely, like, a lot of them are. But like I don't think there's any like rules on like gender for horse racing. It's actually pretty like open.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of connections. I think this is like similar to racing though, is like how there's a lot of like connections and stuff. So
Yeah.
someone has to break the mold by being very, very good at what they do
Yeah.
most of the time.
It's like you definitely can get female horses, but like it's mostly male horses. And same with jockeys.
Yeah.
But the
But
pentathlon
you would think
is
jockeys, girls would there'd be more females as well because it's like
because you got to be
smaller.
small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still like, I mean, still muscles do play a major part in it though, so maybe that's why. Like the muscle mass for size is more with men usually, I would say, like ratio, but I don't know.
I don't know how it works. I don't know if they like want if there's like a lot of muscle and like changing the like moving the horse or if it's like really just want no one like them to weigh nothing and just kind of be like there. I would
I
not
think
know,
it's
but
pretty like difficult. Like I think it's pretty hard on your body actually.
probably I imagine.
Horse
But
racing,
I
I
still
mean,
feel
horse riding horses is pretty like I've ridden horses a lot because I used to. My family's always had horses, so it's like I've always ridden horses here and there. Not a lot, but yeah, it actually really wears you out. Surprisingly, you're like, I'm just sitting on this, but it's kind of a lot of workout.
I mean I've only ever done like I've only ridden like horses on like paths and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And those were fine. It was definitely not as intense, probably. I have not like ran or had a horse running before. I'm not an expert at that, so
I've done a little jumping, a little like cross country, a little like cantering and galloping, but not a lot. But I mean, once you get up to that, it's just the horse just kind of goes and does its own thing, and you're just like gotta stay on.
yeah, you're just kind of there. You're not really controlling the horse that much anymore.
But the pentathlon does have horse riding, and it also has swimming, fencing, horse riding, shooting, and running.
Such a funny
It's like
sport.
that's like the night sport. It feels like the fact that there's like
Dude, I
fencing in there
love
too is like crazy. It's like
you can be talking about what you do and then you just have someone who does like the running and then like, what do you do? Oh, I horse ride, I swim, I run, and then I also shoot and
and
fence.
fence, yeah. Well, anyways, we've done our horse regulated sponsored horse amount of talking. I can collect my check now, and we can now
Yes,
do our
yes, yes.
singing. Um, yeah. So, let's talk a little bit about your background in terms of
Yeah.
singing. Is there anything you want to like talk about with singing, like what your goals are, kind of any experience you have? I know you don't really have much, but
No, I've done one karaoke stream on my phone mic on Irium, and then I've also done well, not really anything else, but I someday want to do like the VTuber thing of releasing a cover,
yeah.
but I don't really have like crazy concert ideas because I don't know. I've never thought about going down that route, but definitely want to do a cover someday. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I say this all the time, but it's like really singing is I think it's one of those things that a lot of people think is like a natural thing, which for some people they do have a pretty big natural advantage on it, but just like anything else, it can be practiced and trained, and you can get quite a lot with not a huge amount of initial investment, right? Like if you get some classical teaching for a couple months, it's like you can see pretty significant changes for most people. Some people it's harder than others, but yeah, just technique, just like anything else. Do you
yeah,
have
someday I want to get the training because I was like, I think I just need to like actually get help with it because I'm
yeah.
uh
There's
very
a
inexperienced.
lot that goes into it, and it's one of those things where you get out of it what you put into it, and you can go as deep and in depth as you want, and get really technical about it, or you can kind of, there's different approaches, different strategies, different styles. classical style. I know a little classical style. I know basics, which is like I use for like pitch and breathing exercises and like foundation stuff. But I'm not a classical singer by any means. I'm not even a very good singer. I'm like I have like a baseline level of knowledge, right? I went to music school. I have like some singing pedagogy and piano pedagogy, but like it's like beginner level. But I know enough to teach beginnings, basics.
Oh, I was gonna say I listened to your covers and you sound great.
Oh,
Is
thank
it
you.
like a? I mean, again, I'm very inexperienced. Wait, give me a second.
She's focusing. Oh,
Sorry, my
you're back.
brother knocked and he's like, "Do you have this thing to like wash my computer?" I'm like, "No, I don't have this thing to wash your computer."
Like air?
Yeah, like the air thing where you like do it on your
Yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
thing.
Like
He's
it's
like,
really
"You have
cold.
this?" No.
Do you ever
And if I
sing?
did, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go first.
Well, I forgot what I was gonna say.
No.
So
Do you ever sing around your family?
no,
Interesting. Does your family
Our-
ever sing around you?
no, we don't really sing.
Okay.
As I was saying, we have like zero experience. No singers here.
But you're not like shy about them hearing you.
Oh no, my
Interesting.
brother has probably heard me. He doesn't want to hear me, but he's probably heard me.
So that's I mean, I had a similar discussion last time I did one of these where it was like different things bother people differently. Like for me, it's like I don't want my family to hear me. Like growing up, I would never practice singing when people were around, right? I'd go into like the garage when people were gone and do my singing practice. So I didn't practice very much because I'm like I don't want anyone to hear me.
I can see that with like people I don't know, but with my family, at least besides my brother would make fun of me, but I also make fun of him, so it's like a deal.
Yeah, I'm too scared of getting
And
made fun of.
well, my family, they would just kind of like, if I actually did get better at singing, they'd probably like say it as like a, I remember when she used to just practice in a room like that. Yeah, but nothing bad. I trust them.
Now, if you were to have to like go out in front of people, let's say like at like a open mic or something, do you think you'd be able to do that, or do you think you'd be pretty nervous?
Like IRL or on
Yeah,
like
yeah, IRL.
YouTubering?
Like if you were just in like a
Oh, I
coffee
couldn't do
shop.
IRL.
See that's like I feel like the difference is usually one or the other, right? So for me, going out on a stage or like performing for people doesn't bother me at all, right? Like maybe I'll get a little adrenaline on it, but it doesn't bother me. But like singing around people I know does bother me.
Oh yeah, no,
And you're
that's
like the opposite.
yeah, no, I can't. I mean, I don't have the skills to back up a stage performance at all. So it's normally it's more comfortable to go with people I know.
That's good though, because that means you can. I think it's probably easier to work up from there into the stage, because like stage performance is just practice, like anything else, right? Like, I guess speaking of performance too, like, do you have any instrumental experience?
I am not. I did take guitar for a while, but I didn't like it, and I don't think I'm instrument. I don't think I'm very. I don't wanna say. I don't think it's even like a matter of being good at an instrument. I think I just didn't enjoy
You're
the
not that
process of
interested in
learning
it.
an instrument. Yeah, no, was not for me.
Okay. And so you don't really have any theory background or like
Nope.
so that's gonna put us at a very beginner spot, which is good. The person I did last week with, Miok, was like or Miok, they had a lot of experience with, you know, like they were pretty rusty, but they at least had a baseline of like pitches and stuff.
Nope.
Well, I think that would be a good spot to start then. So pitch identification, and warming up. Let's see. Do we want to warm up? We can kind of we can just warm up with long tones. It might be a little more efficient than to do a proper warm up. There are like really goofy warm ups that a lot of singers do, like lip trills, like
Hey, you sent me some.
yeah, lip trills and like phrases like me me mamo me mamo mo me. Those are great. But I think we'll
They're
just do
fun.
some. We'll do some. They're good to loosen you up. We can, let's do like a, oh, that's my, hold up. Echo, stop. That was my laundry timer. I gotta remember to get my laundry. Yeah, let's try and find some range too. So let's do, I guess let's just start with some pitches and some tones, okay? So I'm gonna give you a note. We'll start with middle C right here. Let's just try and sing it. I'll do it with you, and I'll kind of help you with the pitch, okay?
Okay.
We're just gonna jump right into it, okay? So you can do la, you can do do, you can just do ah, you can kind of pick whatever you want. I'll start so that you're not just jumping into it like totally blind. So
Okay.
I'll start singing, and then you just jump in and try and get the same pitch, okay? Okay. Think you can find that?
Ah.
I heard you for a second.
see.
You can do it. I'm gonna increase your volume a little bit. You can do it.
Can do it. Ah.
I heard you for a second. Were you holding it out in the...
Yeah.
I wonder if your mic was cutting it off. Let's try again. Go to... would that be a Discord setting or a mic setting, I wonder? If we go to our... If you go to Discord, your voice and video...
Oh, maybe I can turn off noise suppression.
Yeah,
too, though.
turn off echo cancellation, turn off turn off automatic input sensitivity, just turn off everything.
Voice and video, and then
Just turn off everything.
turn off everything. Okay.
Yeah, get rid of automatic gain control, get rid of voice activity.
So another speak. Okay, I think I have most of these off already. Oh, input sensitivity. Get that off.
Sure. Yeah, let's just turn it all off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
Am I quieter now, or is that better?
Yeah, but I'll put a gain filter on you for. One there in OBS, and then. Discord. Where are you? Where's your Discord thingy? Right click on you? Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead and let's try again.
Okay.
Okay, try and find that now.
Oh, I was waiting for you.
And don't worry about being wrong right now.
Oh, I was waiting for you.
Okay, okay. Then keep holding it out. Were you
I
going?
can't hold it that long. Yeah, I was.
I heard you for a second, and then it went away. Okay, I think it's working. You're just quiet. I'll just turn you way up.
Okay, I'll remember to turn me down after.
Okay. So let's do Is that enough? Okay, I'll turn this. How should we do this? Let's do. Kind of want to do a warm up, but I'm gonna do one more of these just for the volume. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it, and I'll. You just go without me. Okay. Ready?
Oh, okay. Bye.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. I think we're good now. We can work with that.
Okay.
So, okay, first thing, most important, I think, before pitch recognition is we gotta find your support. So
Yeah,
to do
I don't
that,
know what that means.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna yawn. This is my favorite thing to do. Deep
Yawn?
yawn. Yep. Oh, let me just do some deep yawns.
Oh, I tried. Wait,
Can you force yourself to yawn?
I normally can. Give me a sec.
Yawning is a sympathetic thing too, so if you hear other people yawning, it should help.
I don't know if we have problems with this.
So start by just taking a deep breath too to kind of get your yawn started. And then lower the back of your throat. You'll feel it lower.
I don't. Wait.
You're good.
I normally can do this easy.
So if you're feeling a little uptight, muscle wise, it will be harder for you to yawn. So how about we'll like, yeah,
Okay.
I heard that one. Let's like shake out our like hands a little bit, shake out our arms, flap them,
Shake out my hand.
roll your shoulders back, do the spin your shoulders back. Roll your
Okay,
neck.
sitting up properly.
Yeah, feet on the ground. Posturism
Feet
good.
on the ground. Got
Feet
it.
on the ground. Stretch to the sky with your hands.
Stretch.
And then let's yawn. Feel nice and relaxed. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so
Yeah.
your body is important, right? So when you think of your singing, you're an instrument, right? And so your body is the instrument, right? If you think of a saxophone, you imagine a saxophone. Your body is the saxophone. So it's got to be, you want your posture good so that your air can come up all the way through your body. You want your feet planted so you're, so that you're grounded, I guess.
Like
You want your
grounded. Got
shoulders
it.
up. You want to be nice and relaxed. Neck, you want to be try and relax with your neck, which I mean, my neck's always stiff as hell. It is right now. Which is so it's like, oh, it's always something I have to work on. My neck stretching back and forth with it. Stretches are good. A lot of times in like vocal pedagogy classes, you do your warm-ups kind of standing up in a circle. That's a common thing with class, right? And physicality does come into those warm-ups, right? Like a lot of them are like, all right, and like everybody put your hands up and like wave them, and like we're gonna like a popular one would be like, do you have enough space to stand with your headphones and stuff?
Yeah, I have a headset. It's
Okay.
wireless.
So it's wireless, even better. Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me. You should be able to. My mic's pretty sensitive. So we'll do.
Mm.
I'm standing up now. I'm gonna put my hands up like to the sky, and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna yawn, kind of get myself open, right, my throat, and I'll start with the note, and I'll go. Ah. And as I go down like that, I'm gonna just collapse my whole upper body, right, and like just like fold in the center like a chair, down to like point my hands down at my feet. You just kind of collapse, right? Does that
Collapse.
make sense? Like you start hands up facing the ceiling, and then you just kind of collapse and like flop down with everything, and you should end up like
I don't know if I did
bending.
that right, but I fell.
You just kind of fall your whole top upper body like falling down, right?
Okay.
And then so I want you to just don't worry about note or pitch, just kind of do like a sound as you go, so like as you go down, right?
Also a sound.
Mm-hmm. And you can use a
Oh.
yawn to help you. Just
Wow.
don't be nervous. You can do it.
I don't know.
So this is actually like the number one thing that early like vocal lessons is helpful for is like learning to not be shy and like about doing weird vocal things, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna feel like an idiot. And you're gonna look really dumb, and you're gonna sound kind of dumb, and that's just part of it.
Yeah.
And you got to get over it and like just kind of embrace it. Like that's why like some like vocal classes are really good when you're in a group of people and you all are just looking like idiots, right? And going like how about even like a stretch, like you're like
Like
like you're throwing a ball and then like yeah,
like that?
yeah, just kind of like loosening everything up. And now let's try the yawns again, right? Real deep as possible. Feel it really low in your stomach. Yawn.
Oh.
Don't don't close up your throat at the end of that yawn. Just keep it low and open.
Uh,
Oh, you know how when you get to that yawn, you kind of your voice sounds like this, the very bottom, you know? Yeah, yeah, you had it there for a sec. Like that. Oh, my throat is really low. I'm dropping my throat, right?
I
Can you try that? Like it should feel like you're like opening your mouth and like your throat as much as possible. Like and then talking really I don't know, like a Pixar
goof.
character.
Oh,
Like a character from Inside Out or something.
Inside Out. Yeah, it actually does sound like that. It does.
Like I don't know what that character would be like gloominess or something. I don't know. Oh, but you feel that in the back of your throat, how it's
Yeah.
very open.
Mhm.
So that's a great feeling to grab onto and get used to, and it's a good way to like lower your when people say like, oh, drop your soft palate, right? A lot of people will say that. And for me, when I hear that, I'm like, what does that mean? What do you mean drop my soft palate? And
What
so
does that mean?
it's like I don't know how to visualize that. So your soft palate is let me find a picture of it actually. It's like the back of your throat kind of. Let me find a drawing. I don't want an actual picture. It's like the top kind of, I guess. All these pictures are gross. They're all like pictures of like actual mouths. I don't want that.
Yeah, it would not be something. I mean,
Yeah, I'll throw this up on stream. There you go. So the soft palate is like the upper part. And you kind of like, when you yawn, it's kind of near the uvula, right? That's kind of like the top of your mouth and like at the back, right? I guess the hard palate, which I didn't actually know the hard palate was even a thing, but it makes sense if there's a soft palate. I guess there's a hard palate. And the soft palate's like the back. And when you yawn, you can feel the soft palate in the top kind of pull backwards, right? A little bit and drop down. And then like the area kind of below the tonsils in the back of the throat, you feel that really opening up. Oh, when you get to that part of the yawn, everything's just open and the air can just go through. So you don't really want to sing like that, right? Because it would sound like this. But getting used to that feeling is really good. Before I sing, I always do a bunch of yawns, right? I start out with a yawn session. And it just opens me out, stretches it out. Also, you can put your hand on your throat and touch your throat, you know? And then do that yawn and feel how your throat kind of drops at the back of the yawn. Right? You feel it kind
yeah.
of drop down. Getting used to that feeling and utilizing that, because the enemy of your vocal tone is tension. Okay, so
Okay.
if your shoulders are tense, if your throat is tense, if your mouth is tense, any muscle tension is going to interfere with the ability of the air to pass through your vocal cavity. That is your mouth, your throat, your lungs, right? Because remember, you're the instrument. And for the instrument to work, for the saxophone to work, it has to be open and everything has to be able to just come through, pass through nicely, right?
Mm.
And I mean, I think visualizing an instrument is helpful, honestly. Like for me, when I think of singing, I'm like, okay, I'm a trumpet, I'm a saxophone, I'm a whatever. And just imagining everything kind of just going through. So we'll do one more yawn. Oh,
Okay.
do a deep yawn. And then at the end of that yawn, hold on to that feeling. Don't force yourself to stick there, but hold on to that feeling. And then we're just going to exhale that note that we were doing earlier, okay? So I'll start. Keep going. Do it again if you can. Were you holding it out there at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Did not come up.
Didn't come up. I'm hearing you for like a second and then going away. How can I fix that? Does your headset have a built-in like program?
Let me see.
Like, is it like a Razer or something that has like a Razer thing that? Because I can hear you for a second and then it goes away. Alternatively, we could maybe use let's see how I'm yawning. We could use like VOD Ninja or something. But last time I didn't have any issues actually with the person I did last week.
Again, it might be my headset a little bit. By a little bit, probably it is. I was a little worried about that because
I'm wondering if there's like a software built into your headset that's running in the background that's like doing noise shaping.
I know it had something there, but
what's it called? What's the headset called?
I let me see. Oh, it's like Acer. Okay, wait. Search up Acer.
I wonder if it's like a an auto clip. Maybe if you just put it far, like you know, like move the microphone further away from you, maybe.
I don't know if I can move it
Oh, it's like
far.
on like a hard.
Yeah.
Let's see. Volume keeps automatically muting. Google. Windows 10. Headset mic. And I also can't tell if it actually is muting or if maybe it's just too quiet and I just can't hear it.
Is it too? Well, I have this problem where it like literally cuts out anything like above a certain threshold.
Okay, so you're kind of used to it doing that. And it's not Discord doing it. Okay.
But I am technically getting a new mic soon after my trip. It was just before the trip. Not yet.
Wonder if we can let's see. Acer mic. It's like a computer setting or a headphone setting.
It was probably headphones. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're not going through an audio interface. But you've done a stream before with karaoke.
That was on my phone mic.
Oh.
Because I think phone mics pick up a lot, but
well, phone mics are designed to also have like speakerphone kind of capability, you know? So it's like used to doing bigger sounds. We could do that maybe?
noise up to the phone mic?
Yeah, how bad would it be if you switched to like your computer mic too, like your built-in? It'd probably be really fucking bad.
You ready? I can do that.
If you go to input device on Discord right now and just go to default or something.
Oh yeah, I know my default. It's
probably gonna be real bad.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, and
here you go.
Oh yeah, that's real bad.
It's not good.
That's real bad.
Right. This is my Xbox mic.
That's real bad too.
There we go. Okay.
What's this one? Is this back to the original?
Yeah, this is the original.
Okay, we'll just go with the original, and we'll see. We might be able to Maybe if I don't know. Let's try again. Let's just try it one more time.
I'm trying because I remember when I first got this mic, I did see like an audio thing and I didn't mess with it. But now I can't. I don't remember how to pull it back up, so that's what I'm like trying to look for.
If you just look up like Acer on your computer programs, is there like an Acer like
That's what I thought.
something
See?
something Acer software? Acer.
Yeah, like I'm looking through my apps. Let's see.
And I don't have Windows, so I don't remember how their like their audio drivers work.
Oh, it might be this one. This. I thought I had this. Is it Real Tech?
Could be.
It says I don't have it.
I wonder if you go to like no, it wouldn't be in like the if you go to like your devices and printer setting and you can find the headset in there. I don't think there'd be any like programmable settings in that though.
Let me see if I can bring up audio like settings and see if like it's the mic.
There probably won't be anything in there, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, it just says microphone K2 speaker. Sorry, we're doing like
Live troubleshooting.
well the thing is I will be getting another mic at some soon.
Do
So
you,
do you wanna
do you know which one it is?
here, let me pull it up. Cause it's basically my platonic VTuber wife. She likes singing, so she has a lot of mics and she just had an extra one. It's like I can send it over to you.
Do you remember what it is?
I'm scrolling up right now.
Looking for it.
Yeah, I have to.
I mean, your headset actually
Cool.
does sound like surprisingly okay for speech stuff.
Yeah, it's just if for some reason it doesn't work great for anything else, but
I mean, singing is like the killer of any like lower budget microphone because that's where they really start to like fall off. So it's like
it's
people will be like, "Oh, blue snowball, like that's a terrible mic." Well, no, it's actually a very good mic. Like, but like it's just less good at recording singing than like, you know,
that
an AKG
that mic.
214. Yeah. Let's see.
It's like it's not the best.
How do I pull up the chat again? Have the chat log. Yeah, Fafine. Fafine is like the Chinese like entry level mic now of the last like 10 years or so.
So it's like the one that's like you definitely don't keep it for long, but it works.
It's definitely a good like gateway mic. It'll work. And you don't have an audio interface probably, do you? You don't have a well, I mean if you're using headphones, those probably aren't plugged into an interface. Do you know what an interface is?
No.
Okay. It's a box. It's a separate box that you plug your mic into.
Oh, yeah, no, she was talking about that. She's like, that one would totally work with it.
Yeah, I can see it has an XLR connection. So okay, we'll do a quick mic lesson while we're here.
Okay, okay.
So there's different types of mics. So obviously you got headset mics, which you plug into the headphone port of your computer. And fun fact about those, if you unplug them and look at them, there'll be little black, there'll be little like black bands around like the connector. If it has 3 little black bands or like white bands, they're usually black, that means it has a microphone. If it only has 2, that means it's just headphones.
Oh.
because one, left and right, and then one. It's like those are like different channels almost, right? You can kind of think of it, and so you can always tell if a headphones has a microphone if it has the three bands instead of two. And your little headphone jack will have like it'll have pickups to pick up all three of those, right? So there's that. And that when you do that, you're using the computer's audio driver, right? The built-in computer software for handling audio. And every computer has a sound card in it, right? That's a piece of hardware in the computer that's designed to handle sound. So when you plug in a USB microphone, you're doing the same thing. You're plugging it into the computer. It's going to use the computer's sound card, which usually is not very advanced. It's made for playing back audio on a computer, right? It's not a lot of power in a computer sound card. USB microphones are usually going to be an upgrade from a headset microphone because they have a bigger diaphragm for one, and the diaphragm is like the part of the microphone that vibrates and flexes when you hit it with sound. So, you think a headset, it's got a tiny little diaphragm packed in a tiny little thing that's in front of your face. Whereas like a USB microphone, it has the whole big, square thing, and there's a big diaphragm in there. It's probably about the size of a quarter, a little smaller. Whereas the headset one's a tiny, tiny little microscopic thing. Not microscopic, but very small. But the downside of USB microphones is it's still using your computer's built-in sound card, which again is usually not very powerful. So an audio interface, what that does is that replaces your computer's sound card. So you plug the audio interface into a USB port usually, or like a FireWire or whatever you're plugging it into. You're plugging it into your computer, and it's actually going to bypass your computer's sound card, right? It's going to say, hey, I've got the better sound card. We're going to use my sound card. Screw you, computer. And it will actually replace that. And it'll be a specialized like musical grade sound card. And then also it gives you the ability to plug in a microphone with an XLR cable. So an XLR cable, it's like a big fat round, the connector on an XLR is like a big fat round connector. And it's got 3 little pins sticking out of it. You can't plug that into your computer, obviously, because there's nowhere to plug that in. No computer has an XLR port that I know of. Maybe some weird computer somewhere does.
Some weird like hypertech computers.
Some like a weird computer from like Singapore in like the 2003 or something, like some weird design. So you're able to plug an XLR cable into an interface that has XLR ports. And XLR is kind of just like the standard protocol cable for audio stuff, and some video stuff as well. You can actually do like lighting through XLR, although usually it's DMX now, in the last like decade or so, maybe even further back, which that's not important. XLR,
I was gonna say those are words
XLR
I do not know.
is like a different type of cable from USB, right? USB is USB. USB is a data cable. XLR is, well, also a data cable, but like an analog type of cable. So it sends out the analog symbol into your signal into your interface, which then converts it to digital, blah, 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 blah. Goes in your computer. So all that, suffice to say, is, a lot of times you start with a headset microphone, then you upgrade to a USB microphone, and then when you get a little more serious, you buy an audio interface, which is a little box that will have inputs and like knobs, and then you buy an XLR microphone, and now you kind of are into the realm of pro audio, right? That's kind of where pro audio starts, is interface and XLR. And interface usually is like the starter range ones are like $100 to $150 for like the entry grade ones. They can go as high as, thousands of dollars, right? You don't need that. There's some really good ones around the 150 to 300 range.
Yeah, the 2 that I was recommended is, let me see, I can send this one. This, the more expensive one. I'm just sending what I asked someone, and they're like, yeah, this mic is like
Shure SM58.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Shure SM58 is one of the most famous mics of all time. But it is a live focus mic, where it's like it's like the mic that's on the stage, right, in a performance, right? it's not my favorite mic for streaming, just because you kind of have to be pretty close to it to get it to work properly. But it's a very good mic. You know, it's legendary for a reason. It's actually pretty similar to the Shure SM7B, which is the big like one that looks like a Coke can on like an arm. You know, like the big super famous mic. Looks pretty similar to the MV7, but big.
Very big.
Yeah, that's like the one everyone's like, oh, I wish I had a Shure SM7B. Good mic. I think it's overrated. It's also like $600 or something. $400, $500, $450 is it going for?
Yeah, the one the MV7 is like.
Even that got cut out.
Oh, I probably lagged right there. Sometimes I lag.
Oh, maybe it's lag then.
Yeah, I have like I have very little RAM, so sometimes.
I think in theory, if you have an audio interface, I think in theory it will take a little bit of stress off your computer, because your interface will be processing and converting the audio instead of your computer. Don't quote me on that. I think that's how that works.
I would believe you. I have to actually I had to ask someone about like information on how like installing more RAM on a laptop would work, because I think that's.
Can you do that? I don't know anything about Windows.
I think so. Oh yeah, you stream on Mac, right?
Yeah.
Are you on a laptop?
I'm on a Mac Mini.
Is that a laptop?
No, it's a little brick. It's like it's the PC version of the Mac, but it's not the giant cheese grater one.
Oh, okay.
They're like they're pretty small. They're like the size of I don't know, a book. I have nothing to compare them to. They're like, yeah, I got a book, like a square book. They're not very big, but they're actually pretty beefy, like in terms of power.
But yeah, I this was my one worry. I was like, I don't know if my mic is actually gonna be able to like pick up singing. So I was worried about that. But
well, we're gonna keep going a little bit, even regardless.
Yeah.
Alyssa asked, "What if I use my Guitar Hero mic?" That is actually a good mic to start off with.
Wait, what?
That is like the cheapest. That is like literally the cheapest USB mic you can get, and it actually sounds kind of okay. I have a couple of them, I think, lying around. They don't sound good, but that is how I got started with covers. So I recorded on with my laptop built-in mic, and then I switched to my Guitar Hero mic because I had a Guitar Hero mic, and then I went and bought a real mic. I never used a headset mic.
Lore is deep.
But I do have. Let's see. Actually, if I sneak into my YouTube studio. Okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself here. This is gonna hurt me a lot. Okay, this is gonna cause physical damage. I'm going deep into my YouTube pages.
Do I have to have the YouTube stream up to listen to this, or?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it will, because I'm not sharing that screen right now. Will this play? I think I have to share.
Tell me when you play it.
Here we go. I need to make a quick OBS for it. Oh, my guy's holding a flute now, so let's put that away. I need to make a screen capture. I hate when I make a screen capture and immediately it's just enabled. There's probably a way to disable that. I'm like, I don't want to show my window when I make a new thing right away, because I don't know what's on there. I'm going to show my bank details again.
Oh.
I've done that before.
Thankfully, I haven't done that before, but I definitely have actually like shown my email and stuff.
With like your like school email with your full legal name or something. Okay, cool.
Well, thankfully it wasn't my full legal name, but it was definitely my name.
Yeah, I had my notes app open in the background, right? And it just grabbed that application capture and it's like, here you go. And of course, like all my fucking passwords are on there. It's like, well, great, love it. Okay, wait,
Not part of the plan.
this should play now. Yeah. This is where I started. I'll skip ahead a bit. This is like my first video I ever uploaded.
I'm trying not to talk so I don't hear myself.
That you know you've got a long, long way to go before you're perfectly set up to be the talk of the town. Cause if you count up all you've got, you'll notice that you've got a lot. And when you're so high up, it takes some time to bring you on down.
Yeah, so that's my first video with a laptop mic.
I can see the learning curve compared to even like the trash can one.
Yeah, so that's like I do like sharing these old things because it's like, hey, this is what a little practice like you can kind of go with. And then it's just
Because you're a mixer, right? Like
Yeah.
you're I can't remember.
I think this one is with the Guitar Hero mic. This might be with the I don't know if this is with the Guitar Hero mic. This might be with the Sterling Audio ST51, which is my first mic I bought. Let me see. I should be able to hear it.
We sang unnamed songs cause you wouldn't
Ouch.
sing along. If you're by my side, I know that we'll find the place that we want.
I think this is the Guitar Hero mic. It sounds quite a bit better. And then this would be the... I didn't sing for a long time after that.
The Guitar Hero mic.
Let's see. It sounds... I think that is the Guitar Hero mic. Got a lot of... Find something using the Sterling. I can't find one. I've got a lot of like fan fiction readings and stuff on the Sterling.
What?
Those are all unlisted. But yeah, those are some old like again, starting with the laptop mic, going to the Guitar Hero mic, then buying a XLR mic. Kind of like because yeah, the Guitar Hero mic was my USB mic. It's bad, but like it's not the worst, and you could probably find them for like $10. But nowadays, you can find actually really cheap shitty mics for the same price, like that are probably better. Like, because back in the day, this was like in 2000, right? Where there was less of a market of stuff that you could buy as like streamers hadn't exploded how they are now, right? There was less market share.
Now it's very, very big.
Yeah. It's yeah, and people are literally making mics for streamers. Like, this is a streamer mic, which is crazy to think about. Like, that it's become such a big niche that people are literally inventing products and developing R&D just for streamers.
I feel like podcasts also recently had
a
jump.
Similar products. But so yeah, that was a fun little sidetrack about mics. But we'll do a little more singing. Even if we can't hear everything, we can do a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think 30 minutes probably. I have to go to dinner at like
that's perfect.
6:40, so like probably 30 minutes.
Yeah,
probably what I have.
We'll do 30 minutes of. I want to do some more pitch stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to do specifically.
Do you want me to swap to my phone mic? Would that be better?
You can try.
Well, because I can just join Discord from my phone. I mean, my tracking would be from my computer now, though, but swap.
I can, yeah, we can just kind of pause your tracking and I just have your person up there, or I could put a Fugi up.
Well, I can do it. It's gonna be my tracking from. There we go, from my computer, and it's like worse.
That seems fine.
But okay, let me leave off this. Okay, yeah.
My tracking's always bad because I have a giant fucking microphone in front of my face. Probably get capture.
Okay. Is this
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, do you hear yourself or no?
I do not hear myself.
Okay, that works then.
It sounds a lot worse, but it's okay. we'll live with it.
It's not a speaking mic. Definitely not.
It's not as bad as your computer mic though.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that because I do use this one for like Irium because I haven't connected it to my computer.
Yeah, well, I can at least hear your pitches now. I have to adjust your volume a little bit. Okay.
yeah, probably turn me down.
Yeah, I did. You were really loud when you first came on, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever. Hopefully I didn't blast people on the stream too bad.
Hopefully not.
And can you still hear like the piano?
Yeah, do you hear that from my phone or is it good?
Nope, it's good.
Okay, then with the phone mic, you should be able to hear me better, but
Yeah.
definitely worse.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it then, since we're on a timer. So again, let's do the. Remember what we kind of started with. Let's roll our shoulders back a bit. Let's put put our feet on the ground, kind of get comfortable.
Okay.
Let's do our yawns. Lower our throat, open it. You're a like a big passage of air for air to come through. And kind of feel that lowering of the back of your throat and of the soft palate, and kind of try and keep it open and lowered like that. And we're gonna hit our note.
That work?
Yep. Deep breath in. Don't try and really control the amount of air that you're letting out, and not just blast it all out right away. Just open your mouth real wide too.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Okay.
Just hold it out. That's already better. Real open.
I think so.
Yep. Real open. Open everything. Oh, like you're yawning. Oh, that feeling when you breathe out in a yawn and just kind of put a pitch to it. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I want you to start super quiet with that same feeling, and kind of bring it up louder. Let's go like kind of like a. Start real quiet and bring it up loud. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay. So you have a good ear for pitch, actually. I'm just gonna play a note on the piano, and I want you to try and sing it. Same kind of technique that we're doing, but I'm gonna change the note. Okay. I'm just gonna play it, and when you're ready, just sing it. Okay. This is gonna be a random note.
Okay, wait.
It's higher than the one we just sang. If that helps. I'll sing it so you have a reference.
Yeah, you do.
Or you can do octave. Wait, can I do that? Let's do a different one now. That should be a little more comfortable for you. Try and find it.
I can't. Is it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So am I doing the yawn thing still?
You don't have to at the start of every. Just kind of remember that feeling. If you need to lower your throat, like put your brain there, you can. But just kind of try and yeah. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. So you're already holding it out for longer. You have more support already. We'll do one more.
Okay. It's like
It's a little lower. A little lower. You're you're doing this. If you need a
I don't. Okay.
You're right here.
Okay. Right there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
again, I think you actually have a good ear for pitch. You're just not used to knowing where they are.
No,
Whereas
not at all.
some people like they do not have an ear for pitch at all. And like I mean, you were when I did the interval of going down, you were able to find it because you're just not used to probably. It was probably more your voice that's stopping you from hitting that pitch than it is your ear, which is good. Good ear is.
That's good.
It's harder to train your ear than it is to train your voice. I want to try something. We're gonna do a slide, and we're gonna do from A to D, which doesn't matter. The note names don't matter. So I'm gonna I'll kind of just demonstrate. So I'm gonna go. I'll find that, and then I'm gonna like slide down to the D. Okay. So find the A, and then when you're ready, just kind of slide down. Once you start sliding down, I'll play the D so that you can find your finish point. Okay.
Okay. Wait.
Actually, wait. Let's start with let's just sing the A and then sing the D. That'll be a lot more easy for you to do. So
Yeah.
let's find the A. You're a little flat on it. Oh, and I need to be careful. If I throw out a term that you don't know what it means, just stop me. Because like, do you know? Yeah. So if when people say flat, that means the pitch of the note is a bit lower than it should be. By like by we call it a semitone. It's not by like a full note, right? Because if the note's low enough, it's a different note, right? So if you think between these two notes would be like a certain amount of semitones. So it's like the space between the notes, and so you want to be on the note. If you're a bit off, so I can bend it. See how that sounds? So that's flat. It's a bit low. If I'm a little sharp, that means it's a bit high. See, that's sharp.
Okay.
And that's flat. Sharp. Flat. Flat. Sharp. But if you're right on, then you're in tune.
Okay. So that was a little higher then, is what.
So you were a little flat. You were kind of like here.
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted to be like there. If you can kind of think of, so any time with pitch. So if we think about physics, faster air means higher pitch. Slower air means lower pitch, generally speaking, right? So if you're a little fast or if you're a little flat, kind of speed up your air a bit. And I mean, the natural thing to do is also going to be to tighten your throat to make the passage of the air smaller. You want to try and avoid doing that. It's going to happen regardless because that's how we speak and that's how our voices work.
Yeah.
But you know, when people say like sing from the diaphragm, what they mean is supporting that air down low and using the speed of the air, using your lungs and your diaphragm to change the speed of the air and not the size of your throat hole, right?
Okay.
So again, and that's a little advanced. We're not really going to go too much into that, but if you just kind of think like, okay, I'm a little flat or I'm a little sharp, or like even like I need to sing a lower note or a higher note, faster or slower air, right?
Okay.
So let's just try and find this note again.
Okay. Can you start again?
Mhm.
Can you say it again? Do it again?
Sing it.
Yeah.
You're singing like a C. So da 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 da. You're singing a C right now, and we want to be an A. Yeah. So you want to be. You're doing this,
Okay.
and we want to be here. So.
A little lower?
Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's just work our way down. Da, da. Yeah. One more down.
Down.
Perfect. Next.
Down.
Let's bring it up and that's pretty low for you. Let's bring it up to like for you. Yeah. One more. A little higher. You're going to the C again.
Oh, I thought we were going down. Whoops.
Mhm.
Okay. Wait,
Mhm.
say it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Ba. Up. Too much. Too much.
Too much?
Mhm. Don't tighten your throat. Remember, do the yawn. Open. Relaxed.
Wait.
It's kind of high for me. Yep. A little lower. I have to go on my falsetto for that because that's too high for me. But yeah, you got it. And now let's do the same note, but we're gonna bring it down an octave, which an octave is like an octave is like half. I don't know.
Half?
It's not, but so it's like. So can you tell that that's all the same note, but it's different heights? How do I explain octave? So it's like these are the same note, but this one is double. That makes more sense. This one is like double of this one.
Okay.
Because so a scale is 8 notes, and so the word octave, octo, 8 means that they're an eighth apart. So if you imagine a piano, you have got a C, and then if I do 8 notes, I'm back at C, but it's an octave above. It's the same note. It's a little high for me.
Yeah.
So it's like when people talk about octaves and ranges, that's kind of what they mean. So it's like this octave is going to be these notes, right? These 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 is the next one, the start of the next one.
Okay.
So it's like these ones, these ones, these ones, right? And they're different. So when I say like, oh, you can bring it up or down an octave. So if something's like uncomfortable, like, oh, that's high. I'm gonna bring that down. It's still C, but it's like in a more comfortable. So yeah, the quick little octave sidetrack there. So let's jump on the A's and the A to D again. So we'll do. Okay. And this is where the octave comes in. So I'm gonna be lower. If this is more comfortable for you, you can do that.
Sorry. It's just like
And you do have a more lower voice.
Yeah, probably.
We'll start with the higher one. So this might be a little harder for you. Just 'cause
Okay,
you,
go super high or?
it's not super high. Wait, no, I'm singing the wrong note. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. Now we're gonna go
Okay.
down. You were right, yeah. You're harmonizing.
What does that mean?
You're doing this note. But we
Oh.
want to be here.
I was like, it's a little higher.
So, let's start here again. It might be, I think it might be hard for you to hear the higher one. I think your ear is better at identifying this one.
I don't.
You can do it. Just gotta trust yourself and go for it.
Okay.
And if you're off, try and just slide it up or down, right?
Okay.
Yep, go. If you're off, just move around until you find it, right? If you are like, if you gotta find it, then yeah, just find it. Yeah? You're a bit flat, though. You're sharp now. Relax. Remember to relax.
Okay.
Deep breath. Make sure you take a breath before you sing. There you go. Now drop it down. Yes. Let's jump it up an octave. Uh-huh. Try. Remember to take a breath before you start. Close. Let's hum it first. Almost. It's like the pitch of your cell phone vibrating, actually. Keep trying. There you go. Almost. What's a song that does that? Well, actually, a song that does that would be this one. Let me find the spot.
Oh, I know.
Hear it?
Dun dun dun. I don't know.
Listen to her. Ba-da-da. Dee-da-da. Ba-da-da. All right, so
I don't know.
Recenter yourself.
Okay.
Posture good again. Yawn. And we're gonna do it on ba. We're gonna do ba ba ba. Breath. Low everything. We're gonna find the A, which is the name of the note. Ba. What are you doing? You're doing.
I don't know.
You're doing a different. What note is that? I can't find it. Ba. There you go. No, you had it. You had it. Ba. There you go. And again, so you're one thing you're doing is you're raising your soft palate on your notes, and you're kind of choking your support. So you're not giving yourself like, when I sing, I'll be like, ah, like the air is unrestricted coming through, right? Ah. What? Yes, that was better. So a thing I like to kind of do to like help me visualize that is like, I'll kind of make motions with my hands. Like I'll put my hands in front of my mouth, kind of like doing like pretending like you're an Italian, right? And like you're talking with your hands, right? You know, they're like, you know how they do that thing with their hands where they put their thumbs and their fingers together and they like move their hands when they talk?
Yeah.
So like kind of do that with your hands, like put your one hand in front of your mouth, and like as you sing, push your hand out like let me find like a singing with hands. Let me find like a picture. Like, you know how when singers are really into it and they'll like kind of push their hand out? Singer. Where's like a I don't know, American Idol or something. Let's just go. Or I don't know, like Whitney Houston or something. I'm gonna find a video real
So like
quick.
they're pushing their hand as they're singing. Is what the idea is? Like
the idea is
okay.
you're kind of using it as a tool to get into the song, and help you visualize. And I like to do it like you imagine your voice and you're pushing it out with this very smooth. Let's find like an example. Here we go. Perfect. Where's my thingy? Video capture device. Do not open my iPhone. Jeez, that'd be scary.
Oh.
Where'd it go? Called it miscellaneous. Oh, misc. I didn't call it miscellaneous. I called it misc.
I mean, close enough.
Okay, pretty close. Opera. Is my browser that I have, I think, open, or is it Chrome? There we go. All right, hop on the stream real quick if you can.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Mm-hmm. I want you to kind of look what she's doing with your hands, right?
Let me get my headphones on.
This is
okay.
This is actually perfect example.
Is she on the stream?
Oh wait, no, she's not yet. I have it. I have it underneath everything else.
Okay.
Here. I'll actually put it above us both. All right, can you see it now?
I'm a little delayed. Okay, now I can see it, yeah.
Okay. Watch what she does with their hands. Like she's using it. She's using it to visualize her voice, especially if we go back to this part, I think it is. When she goes, I know, right? And she kind of does that waver in her voice. Look what she does with her hand when she says, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like she's like imitates a violin almost. I know. And then she like back and forth, back and forth. Using, like she's very much using it. When she's holding that open note, she's holding her hands open to make herself feel open, right?
Okay.
She pulls back her hands when she's pulling back into the song. And it's helping her body get into that positions where it needs to be thematically for the performance, right? Let's find another good example. Saxophone. So what I want you to do is like put a hand on your chest or something, or where it feels natural, like in front of your chest, or like maybe in front of your mouth, like face, or like by your throat. And as you sing, I want you to just kind of push that hand out. So, and get that feeling like you're just like pushing your air out nice and smooth into the world, right? Just on any note, just whatever note you naturally land on.
Mhm. Let's go.
Mhm.
Ma-
Yes. Yeah. And feel, push your hands just gently, smoothly, like you're I was just about to say like you're birthing this
I'm
sound, but I'm
birthing.
like that's actually not a comfortable thing.
It's not. No.
Not birthing, like you're not unleashing. You're not unleashing it. You're like you're not whispering it. You're just it's just coming. It's like flowing. You're flowing. You're flowing everything out. And just that totally relaxed.
I can't hold it very long.
That's okay.
But...
That's totally expected. That's like that's like something you have to train up.
Yeah, that's. I imagine big breath is enough.
Well, and it's also so a little bit to the mechanics of it. We're not going to do this because it's very difficult and takes training. But when we breathe, our ribs expand, right? When we take a deep breath, our ribs move, and you can kind of feel them move if you empty out. Take a deep breath, you feel your ribs expand. And when you breathe out, your ribs collapse and it kind of crushes your lung like a bagpipe, right? When the bagpipe, you've got that bag that you squish with your armpit.
Okay.
Part of classical style singing training is learning to expand your ribs and keep them expanded in an expanded position, even though your lungs are emptying, which is kind of counter to what your body wants to do. Your body wants to push on your lungs and help you push the air out, right? But if you don't have your body pushing your lungs, you have a lot more control of your air, right? Because you want to limit and control how much air you're letting out, right? You want to take a deep breath. You want to learn how to fill your lungs, right? That's part of it. And then learning how to make the note without expelling all the air quickly, right? Because if you do it properly, you can hit the note and make it strong without really using very much air, right? When I'm doing my note, I'm really not using very much air. And if I did a better breath, I could hold it for a lot longer, but it's like, you can hold it long because like, I'm not really pushing that hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, again, that's something you have to train with the ribs. One thing I do a lot is I'll put my hands on either side of my rib cage and I'll push out against my hands. You can kind of practice that. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's not a muscle you often use, but like trying to feel your arms get pushed away a little bit or your hands pushed away a little bit. And then taking a deep breath and like breathing out or blowing out like a straw and feeling your ribs not collapse.
I see. Okay.
That's kind of just some of the mechanics.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. But again, even though you're not like necessarily ready to start training about that, you can start thinking about it and then just thinking about limiting in your air without tightening your throat. Because again, you don't want to tighten your throat. You could limit your air by tightening your throat, but then you're not going to be supported and it's going to sound like you're tightening your throat.
Okay. So, I don't really notice when I tighten my throat, so
you won't, because that's how we speak, right? When we speak, we're constantly tightening and untightening our throat. That's how we get the inflection of our speech, changing the shape of our mouth, the tightness of our throat, the position of our tongue, right? Those are the three things, and the speed of our air through our lungs. 4 things, right? We want to minimize the throat, because if you sing like, I think a good actual example would be like if you try and sing a really high note in a falsetto, which doesn't matter what falsetto means, but like, you know, when people are like, ma, you know, like they do super high and their voice kind of sounds a little differently. Like try and just sing a super high note.
Like that.
And your throat is gonna kind of lift and be in a different position.
Is that what happened?
So it's like, that's just an example of so that's called a falsetto, is like So my normal range voice is like, to go up to that octave, I have to change the shape of my throat, right?
Oh, so it's like, okay.
And you're gonna do that naturally, but that's kind of just an example of what it feels like to really change your throat. Like, and for the most part, you don't want to do that. Like, singing in falsetto is its own like thing, right? Like, sometimes you have to do it. Some songs are completely in falsetto. Like, do you know the band Muse?
No.
So there's a really good example called Supermassive Black Hole.
Oh wait, I do know that song.
Yeah, so that song is sung completely in falsetto for the most part, I think. Here, I'll play it real quick.
On stream?
Yeah. I'm gonna get copyrighted for sure, but right, he's singing in fall. He's, oh baby, don't you know I suffer? That's like a different type of voice, right?
Yeah.
He's not going like, right? That's like my normal voice.
Okay, I see.
So like, and learning kind of the difference between where your falsetto and your natural voice is kind of helpful. But for the most part, we're just gonna be, so I guess my point of that tangent was like, sometimes we are gonna kind of be changing the shape of our throat, but we want to keep our throat open and relaxed. That was kind of a kind of a not great tied in tangent, but I'm kind of just exposing you to a lot of different topics right now.
Yeah, and I feel I myself I don't know notes that well, so I can't.
Yeah,
it's
that's
harder
totally
for
fine.
me.
Yeah, the notes, it's not important.
Okay.
So I know you gotta wrap up pretty soon, but let's just do one more time our little exercise. We'll drop into it. We'll do da na 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 na. So first we're gonna find the note, and then I'll walk you down to the D. Okay, so ready for the, and this, again, it doesn't matter what the note is, but it is an A just for reference. So, remember all the thing we talk about keeping it open. Yeah, yes. Yes. This is gonna be real low for you. You're tightening your throat. Try going ha 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 ha, like you're blowing on a window. Ha. You're tightening. Like you're blowing hot air onto a window, but there's a baby behind you that you're not trying to wake up.
Sorry.
Just imagine that. You're blowing on a window. Do that first. You're getting way better actually at it. Don't wake the baby. You're not whispering though. Too much air. Really relax. Like you're doing an ASMR video. Real quiet. Too much window blowing.
Too much?
A little too much window blowing. A little lower.
Okay.
Gentle. A little lower. You're like, you're kind of like doing a little bit of Kermit the Frog, like you're raising your throat a little, like lower it. You can touch your throat even, actually. Put your hand on your throat. Feel it, like, push it, like, down, like, towards your lungs a bit. Real quiet. Closer, yes. You're still raising it and, like, kind of trying to force it. Just kind of let it flow out of you. This is hard, by the way. I'm not asking you to do something easy. Okay, we're gonna start from here. Try this, going ha 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 on ha. Ha ha ha. Too much air. Ha ha ha. Real gentle. Closer. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. There's a baby behind you. Shh, don't wake the baby. Ha ha ha.
Sorry.
Shh, there's a baby. Shh, don't wake the baby. It's a bit higher. Listen to the note first. Internalize it. You're doing, I don't know what you're doing. I think you're doing that. Okay, so now we're gonna go. Relax, relax. Close, yes. One more time. Find the low note. And again, if you need to bring it up an octave to here, or yeah, that might be a little. You're raising it a little too much. Your technique is getting better. You're really close on the pitches. You're not perfect on them, but like you're getting better with the intervals for sure. We'll do it one more time. Close. So now we're gonna listen to this.
Okay.
She's gonna sing it. So this is she's gonna ba-da-da. Did you hear it?
Is it with the
Da-da-da. Hear it?
Okay. Okay.
Not quite. Right. Try and find it. Just find the starting note. Ba, ba, ba. Hum it if you have to find it. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. You've almost got it. Ba, ba, ba. Imagine you're an instrument, or you've also got a glass in front of you, a wine glass. and you're going to try and break it. Not by volume, you're not singing loud, but just by like the clarity of your voice, right? You know, like when you hear an opera singer and they're just like so clear and crisp, imagine that, and then listen to the note. Don't start right away. Listen to the note. Yawn. Feel yourself low. Relax is the most important thing. Relax your shoulders. Relax everything. Relax your mouth. And then once you're ready, after you listen to the note for a bit, find the note. Okay? I'll just give you as long as you need. A bit lower. Uh-huh. And remember, what we're doing is this. Yes, that one was close. Shimiwa. If you can nail that, the rest of the song is, you know, that's the hardest part of the song.
I thought the Tomananani part was hard.
The which part? That's hard because it's kind of like, well, it's different types of hard, right? It's hard because it's in my opinion, that part's hard because you're bending, right? But like prettily, not like that. It's like a stylistic thing. You're not going da da da. And that's kind of one of the charm points of her voice, is she slides around things really smoothly and nice.
She is really good.
So if we
She's really good.
Like, so she starts really like kind of not staccato, but kind of like ba da 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 ba da 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 da, right? It kind of changes to be a little like, because at first she's kind of like dancing, right? I always kind of like to like dance, right, with her shoulders. Da 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 da. And then at this part, you go kind of flowing back and forth like a snake. Da 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 da. I don't know, the part comes next. I do not know this song very well. What key is it in? No, that key. Oh, there. So I think that would be that's a reasonable spot to wrap so that you can do your other stuff that you need to do.
Yeah, I had to go eat dinner.
But yeah, how do you feel?
Definitely need a lot of work, and pitches, sometimes my voice can't hit them, and I sometimes have problems listening right, but
yeah, so again, ear is something you have to practice and train, but it's actually not, it doesn't take that long to get a good ear. But it is kind of hard to train alone if you don't know what you're doing. The exercise I did on my Twitter where I had a note that would play, and then you'd have a tuner in front of you so that you know that you're hitting the note or not, right? So it's like, because the tuner will tell you the letter name of the note you're singing, right? If I go, ba, it'll tell me that's a, what is that, an A? Yeah. And the tuner will say, hey, that's an A. Because like sometimes you'll think that you're right. You'll be singing like, ba, ba. You're like, oh, I've got it. Ba. It sounds nice, but it's not the right note. It's just, ba. So if the tuner can tell you, hey, that's not an A, that's a C, it's helpful. And then if you just, it's tricky if you don't know pianos because you don't know where the notes are, but you can even just like, again, go on YouTube and just type up like D tuning note, okay? And then we'll play like a, da, and then you can go to your tuner on like, just on anywhere online and say, okay, I want to hit the D. Da, there it is, right?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot tuners were things.
Yeah, they're helpful.
I knew they existed. Didn't really know the use now, but now I do.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, if you're out of tune, like, you might be singing an A. This is an A, but this is out of tune. Can you hear if it's flat or sharp?
Yeah.
You want to guess which one it is?
Do it again. That's flat, right?
Yeah. It's a bit lower than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll try a different note. Okay, is this flat or sharp?
Sharp.
Mm-hmm. How about this one?
Can you do it again? Sharp.
Mm-hmm. How about this one?
Sharp.
How about this one? This one's really hard,
flat?
actually. This one's actually really hard. I can't actually even tell this one. This one's sharp. I can
sharp,
I can hear
okay.
it, but this one's actually hard. Oh, it was hard because it was too close to this note. I was a little too sharp.
Okay, now I can hear it. Yeah.
There, now you can hear it better. But the fact that you can even tell, that's actually big. Because a lot of people can't. But yeah, great job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it was not too like grueling singing lessons. Like,
No.
Like, did you feel kind of like tired at all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I just have to get, because I kind of just copy what the singer's doing, and that doesn't normally always work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because I don't actually know the notes she's singing, I just kind of, like the little clip I showed you, there's just me singing along with her.
And that's where when these exercises come in helpful, if you have somebody who does know music, because you could be like, all right, what's the key of this song? Okay. And it's like, those are all the notes that are going to be used. And then you can just kind of jump around, do exercises. And then once you really learn all, because there's only like 7 or so notes in a song, right? Once you learn all 7 of those notes, you're golden.
Okay. Yes, of course, 7 notes.
That's a very untrue statement, but close. It kind of is true. There's 7 notes in a scale, but some songs like slide around different scales but generally if you know all the notes in the scale, you know. Yeah, music.
Yeah, I mean, I do think I learned more about singing here, so thank you so much. That definitely helped, because I kind of was just, again, winging it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you've got a good baseline to start. For you, the biggest 2 things I'd work on is pitch recognition and support, so that you can sing a long note, right? So yeah, and you can work on both of those things simultaneously by just doing long tone exercise, right? Where you find a note, and you try and sing it as clear and long as possible, right?
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for coming to today's stream.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry with the mic complications.
No, it's all good.
That was Yeah, but I had fun, and thank you for teaching. I do have to start. I have to run off now,
Hmm.
but yeah, thank you so much. I'll definitely maybe bug you for warm-ups again.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
for sure. And thank you everybody for stopping by for today's workshop. And I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.
You too. Have a
And
good Sunday.
yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.